So we are here at the volcano. We can't go close to it because of the heat and ash and copyright reasons, but this is absolutely terrible out here.
It is 8:32 a.m. I knew I had to get out of there. I started down the valley, look at my rearview mirror, and there's just a wall of debris, mud, steam, rocks, boulders, and full-size trees just rolling along. The whole valley's disappearing behind me. Came down here, ended up right here. I was right about here. The whole little area here just disappeared. I opened the door and the alarm started going off, but it was kind of the least of my concerns at that point. The ground is moving. I could feel the earthquakes. The wind is being sucked up towards the mountain, towards the blast. By this time you can hear the mountain rumbling. I never really thought I'd believe this or say this, but at this moment, I honest to God believe I'm dead. There's really no way to describe those feelings. I feel the ash now in my eyes. It's getting very hard to breathe. Burns to breathe. I'm having trouble talking. It burns to breathe. Burns my eyes.
G'day. Today we're going to be interviewing one of the victims from the Mount St. Helens eruption, which happened 4 years ago.
Okay, to translate from that, because you can't understand a word he just said, because he's stupid accent, we are going to be interviewing one of the victims of the Mount St. Helens eruption. Take off your hood, we're indoors.
That's the victim right there.
We are here to interview you about your personal experience about volcanoes.
Volcanoes? I thought this was about politics.
I want you to start by telling us your name.
My name is Aquafina Donjon.
Now, what is your personal experience with a volcano?
Well, I wasn't there, but my grandparents lived on the island that the volcano was on, and they didn't believe in new technology, so when it was happening, they didn't get the newscast saying that there was supposed to be an eruption. So my grandpa was out there fishing because they didn't have Amazon to bring them food. And when he was trying to get fish, he heard the eruption. Margaret, my grandma, was still in bed asleep that morning, and when the volcano erupted, my grandpa selfishly got on his boat and tried to save as many people as possible. Margaret wasn't, when he went there to get Margaret, the house was covered in ashes, and Margaret wasn't there. I wish I could have met her. She seemed like, the stories he's told me she sounded like a fantastic woman, and just wish I could have met her.
I'm sorry, we just had some terrible sniffies.
No, technical difficulties, mate.
As I was saying, this inspired me to learn more about Mount St. Helens, and
Hey, whoa. Watch the language.
it's the name of the volcano.
No. I got what you were trying to say. I don't need language on my show, okay?
Stop interrupting me.
G'day, my name's John McKean. I just want to ask you a few questions about the volcano. Alright, so my first question is, when did this even happen?
You just said it 4 years ago, May 10th, 1980. You dumb off, you don't even belong in our country.
Dude, that was pretty racist, man.
You stupid Morgan piece of crap, mate! You need a haircut!
So, how are your grandparents? Wait, so how badly was this area affected?
The eruption was huge. It affected a large area. It was destructive.
Did it destroy your grandparents?
Look, mate, I know you felt the differences, but I'm really sorry about your grandparents.
Out of my face and get out of my country.
We only have time for a few more questions. So, is this volcano still active today?
In fact, it is one of the most active volcanoes today. It could take any of your grandparents right now.
Alright, so where were you on the day of the eruption?
My mommy was giving me a bath. And we got the call that what happened and everything, and I'll never forget that bath.
Well, mate, what happened to my clothes? Anyway, the second question I want to ask you is, how did the eruption begin?
Well, it began with an earthquake, which caused a landslide, which was the beginning of the eruption. Just like the eruption of you stupid Aussies flowing to our country.
Alright, mate, we're going to try this again. I'm asking you another question.
Okay.
Alright, so this question is, do you know what type of volcano Mount St. Helens was?
I believe geologists call Mount St. Helens a stratovolcano, a term for a steep-sided, often symmetrical cone constructed of alternating layers of lava flow, ash, and other volcanic debris.
Alright, mate, other than your grandparents, of course, do you know anybody else that had or got affected by the volcano?
My friend Tim Jim, he was affected because the ash covered his entire car, and he was stranded there until a rescue team could get him out.
Alright, mate, my final question for you today is, how is the recovery going?
It's been difficult, but they're beginning to make a comeback.
Alright, well, it was nice meeting you. It's gonna be alright, mate. We're gonna be here for you.
Though it says technical difficulties, we have not been experiencing technical difficulties. This has been Sniff News Network. We'll see you on the flip side.
So we're here at Mount St. Helens, and it's currently 2008. There's currently a lot of damage outside, but we can't go outside because there's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Screw it, I'm gonna go outside.
Wait, mate, before you do. Oh no.